Glover Teixeira. Guys, let's get to the main event. And I got to tell you, how many of you really thought Glover was going to win? And as this fight was getting closer, I wanted to really do my part. I've had time with Glover. I've been in Glover's gym. I wanted to do my part, as limited as that was, to make sure that we didn't buy into the narrative that, boy, you sure came a long way. 42 years old, and golly, you were the #1 contender. I wanted to put a little bit of pressure on Glover. You did not come this far to only come this far. And Glover versus Jan, if you look at them on paper, or you even go watch their last 5 fights, it's the same guy. They both do well what the other one does well, not to mention the conditioning, not to mention the ability to have ice running through their veins. If there was anything that we all learned when Blachowicz fought Izzy Adesanya, it was how calm Jan could be in those high-pressure moments. I do think that's relevant because one thing that you will be deceived with Glover, maybe I had insight from training with him, he can wrestle. Glover Teixeira can wrestle in good position. He knows how to get his knee under his chest with his head up. That's a big deal. I'll see a lot of MMA guys that try to learn wrestling without actually being competitive wrestlers. They got their head down. They get a hold of the legs. They do everything that a good wrestler does, but they can't finish because their head's not up. Their knees not under their chest. They're not in good position. They can't lift. They can't drive. When I watch Glover, he knows how to wrestle. I saw that in the practice room, but I was also armed with that. And I've also seen his fights over the years. He knows how to wrestle. Just doesn't always do it. Maybe you want to see some good wrestling, good mix-up by Glover, heavy hands, nice double leg. See his fight with Rampage Jackson. So many of us knew this weapon existed. Is it good enough to pull out? Is it sharp enough to pull out? Is it good enough to win against Blachowicz? And a reasonable person would come to the conclusion, no, it's not. 42 years old over a guy that just took out Adesanya dominantly, no. Turned out bad bet, right? Turned out there's a reason DraftKings doesn't just mail out the checks. They wait till the contest is over. And to see Glover pull that tool out, look, if you think Glover won a world championship by getting a rear naked choke, if that's what your eyes told you, you got a son at home that wants to be a fighter and you're hitting rewind to show that choke, stop. That choke sucked. And nobody was more surprised that choke worked to win the fight than Glover. That choke was not designed to win. It wasn't even applied right. It wasn't even on. Blachowicz was done. Blachowicz, who proved in the fight with Izzy Adesanya that the lights aren't too bright, felt too much pressure. The strikes that Glover hit him with, the domination that Glover was showing, if you ever find yourself in a fight that's harder than you thought it was going to be, things unravel instantly. And we saw Blachowicz unravel. That's not an insult to him. Blachowicz is a fantastic fighter who will be back, absolutely. He will be back in championship matches, absolutely. But he got frustrated, and he got smothered, and he was getting dominated, and he was getting fatigued at a higher rate than his opponent. He found himself in competition that is harder than he thought it was going to be. Glover Teixeira is now the champion of the world. I'd like everything on the table. I'd like everything on the table, including retirement. I would like all options looked at by Glover. I have had enough. My dream is fulfilled. Thank you and goodbye. I will not predict for you there's any chance that happens. I think Glover's going to want to fight. His contract's going to be beautiful now. A fight with Raychik is going to be beautiful now. A fight with Igor Prokayev is going to be beautiful now. In terms of the participation, in terms of the attention he's going to get, in terms of the fun and the media that builds up to it. As good of a time as Glover's had, he hadn't experienced anything yet. Not like what he's about to go through. Retirement is not on the table. I would like a good look given to it. It won't be. I won't get my way on this one. And as far as Glover immediately calling out Igor Prokayev and saying this is the direction I'm going to go with Raychik waited in the wings, right? I mean, some heavy lifting to do. Some heavy lifting to do. We got a new champion in town. Glover Teixeira. 2 things, my friend. First off, happy birthday. Second, congratulations, champ.